What's going on, 49er faithful, 49er fan, 49er gang? It's your boy 49er Dion here, back with another video. So before we get into anything, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers. With that being said, let's get right on into it, man. So talk about a loss, man. I didn't do an immediate post-game interview, a post-game review. I was drinking too much, man. It was my niece's birthday, trying to celebrate, have a good time, turn up, Um, and then at the same time, man, that game was just it was exhausting. It was yeah, you're right, Matt. This is it is. This was very, very exhausting. Don't count us out yet, Matt. Don't give up. We are 4-4. We are in the most competitive division in football. And with the things that I have to say, I think I'll help change your mind. So, with that being said, let's get on into some of this news, man. This is serious news right here. So we've lost George Kittle for 8 weeks with a broken bone in his foot. We have lost Jimmy G indefinitely with another high ankle sprain. Now, if you watched my video previously, the issue that I had with Jimmy G was that we were rushing him back. I felt like when we got blown out in that Dolphins game, it was like the panic button was pushed, and they were like, okay, if he can go, he's got to get out there because we can't count on Nick Mullins. As if good quarterbacks don't have bad days. Every quarterback has a bad game. And at this point, we're going to have to roll with Nick Mullins, pretty much going forward. And we can't take him out strictly. We can't take him out strictly based on the fact that he has a bad game or he misses a couple of throws, whatever the case may be. Y'all know that Jimmy has not thrown a touchdown the last 2 games. Jimmy literally has only thrown 3 interceptions in the last 2 games. He hasn't thrown a TD. Nick Mullins came in pretty much the last quarter of the game and shut it down, which I'll get to later. So the other big news, Quan Alexander has been traded. We traded Quan Alexander to the New Orleans Saints for Kiko Alonso and a condition. Now, why Quan was traded, I don't know. Point where money off the books. Get to a little. He's lost to the Seahawks 27. 16. He only has 103 sacks, 14.5 QB, which is trash. 55 QB quarterback rating, garbage. But insert Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins comes in, he's 18 to 25, 238 yards, 2 TDs, 97 QBR, and 128.4 quarterback rating against worst defense in the NFL. Now, how is it Mullins can come in off the bench cold, ain't done nothing, ain't had no practice, ain't done nothing with nobody. And he couldn't get it down and get it. There we go. Got it back up. I don't know what happened, but I do apologize. Hey, Fred, listen, look, everything you hear is going everything you hear, honest, but trading Fred Warner, yeah, don't pay attention. Give me a second, guys. There we go. I think I'm back. Is that better, Matt? I should be good. Shouldn't be any more lag. Um, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into some more numbers. Jermichael Hasty, 12 carries, 29 yards, only 2.4 yards per carry. He got his first NFL touchdown, which is definitely nice. And Tevin Coleman, 3 carries, 20 yards, 6.7 yards per carry. Oh, thank you, Marisa. Um, but the thing is that Tevin Coleman winds up getting injured again. So that doesn't help us. Like we wind up getting ourselves kicked in the butt. So we lose TC, we lose Jimmy, we lose Kittle. We can't go a game without losing somebody. This is starting to get annoying and frustrating at the same time. Jerick McKinnon, 3 carries, -1 yard. Oh, come on, man. You can't even ask me that, Matt. That's obvious. I'm just you have the Bucks of the Giants? Really? Come on now. You already know that the Bucks is gonna beat them like they stole something. That is an automatic given. Tom Brady, come on now. Come on now. You need not to ask that question. You did that because you just wanted to laugh. Probably just to take the focus off of the pain that we're suffering through as 49ers fans. I get you though. But Jerick McKinnon, 3 carries, -1 yard. So we'll get into the receiving. Now, here's where the caveat comes in, but the receiving numbers only to me count for Nick Mullins being in the game. Because other than that, Jimmy Garoppolo was non-existent. In the third quarter, we had 1 yard. 1 yard of offense. That was pathetic. So Brandon Ayuk, 8 receptions, 91 yards, 11.1 yards per catch, and a TD. KB, 8 catches, 81 yards, 10.1 yards per catch. You know what I'm saying? We had 3 fumbles in the game by Jermichael Hasty, Dante Pettis, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Then we had 2 sacks on the defense, led by Kerry Hyder and K'Wan Williams. Mosley was our leading tackler. He had 10 tackles. Dre had 8 tackles, but gave up a few TDs. So then we flipped to the other side of the ball. Giants reps have that won't be for long. But as of right now, then you'll have Seattle. Russell Wilson, 27 out of 37, 261 yards, 4 TDs. And I already mentioned the 2 sacks that he did take. Some random kid we don't even know because Carlos Hyde and Carson couldn't go. We got some random kid, and Travis Homer couldn't go either for the Seahawks. We got some random kid named DJ Dallas that played for them. And you know what DJ Dallas did? He only had 18 carries for 41 yards, 2.3 yards per carry. Nothing really, right? Defense did a good job. Still had a touchdown. And then he had 5 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown receiving. But here's the other thing. DK Metcalf had a day. DK Metcalf had 12 catches, 161 yards, 13.4 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Now, you know who was non-existent? Mr. Tyler Lockett. Why? K'Wan Williams was in the game. And anytime K'Wan plays against the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett magically becomes inconsistent. He has his moments. And Tyler Lockett only had 4 catches for 33 yards. The numbers might seem to be gaudy as far as DK Metcalf is a monster. So David Moore, 3 catches, 18 yards, and a TD. You go to the defense. Bobby Wagner's 11 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 QB hits. DJ Reed, who we let go and we cut, who was supposed to be the backup nickel for K'Wan Williams, 6 tackles, 2 pass defense, and an interception. KJ Wright, 6 tackles, 1 pass defense. And the next thing, we had 11 possessions. So that means we had 11 chances to score. This is exactly how this went, guys. Punt, interception, touchdown, punt. End of the half because Kyle conceded. Right at the end of the half, we had a chance to try to push the ball down the field. We had 2 timeouts. We had at least a full minute on the clock, which is more than enough time to either get somebody to the sideline and or get it, spike the ball. Like, there was a million things we could do. What did Kyle do? He ran the clock out. He just sucked. He sucked it up and conceded. And I hate that. Why are you conceding at halftime? Why did you concede during the Super Bowl when even John Lynch was caught in the booth doing this, saying we should put a timeout because we need to go ahead and try to get in the field goal range to give ourselves a little more cushion to put ourselves up a little more so it wouldn't be so easy for Pat Mahomes to make himself come on back. But this is how the second half goes. Punt, fumble, punt. Jimmy gets hurt. Insert Nick Mullins. Touchdown. 4 minutes and 31 seconds is the time of possession. 11 plays and 79 yards. Punt. Another possession. Touchdown. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. 6 plays, 80 yards. Another possession. Touchdown. 1 minute, 41 seconds. 9 plays, 81 yards. That is how you should be playing against Seattle because they are trash on defense. The only thing that Seattle did that I kind of expected them to do was stop our run because they are in the top 10 in run defense. But Dante Pettis, you got one job. You were a stellar kick and punt returner in college. You set an NCAA record that's not been broken. But you can't do it in the NFL. You come down, dive into a pile of people, and don't protect the ball. What was that about? Sheer stupidity. Stupidity at its finest. For you to dive into a crowd of people instead of trying to find a route to go elsewhere. You were so dynamic and you moved around so well, and then you run freakishly weird. Your legs are kicked out. I don't know how you do it. But then people wonder why we're trying to trade him. Because he's trash. Hot garbage. I wish he was gone. I wish it just cut his ass tomorrow. And I can tell you right now, right, man? But here's another thing. I'm going to get into some other information. So I know a lot of people are mixed feelings about Quan Alexander being traded. Let me tell you this. This is how I feel about the Quan Alexander trade. It was a business move. It was money. He wanted to free up cap space. Quan Alexander had a $16 million cap hit next year. Yeah, he really is. But Quan Alexander, hey, what's going on, Jay? How you doing? Yes, Dante Pettis is straight garbage. But here's the thing. Quan Alexander played a total of 8 games for us last season. Played a total of 5 games for us this season. Quan Alexander has played 19 games out of a possible 32. The man is injury prone. He was injured when we got him. He got injured in that same season when we first acquired him. He got injured this year again. Notice the pattern. You know, that's what I'm saying. Quan Alexander is an injury prone. He's only played 1 full year in his career in 2016. Other than that, 2015 and 2017, he played 12 games. He was injured when we acquired him. He's injured now. And we traded him for Kiko Alonso. Kiko Alonso started out, I believe, in Buffalo. He went to Miami. He went to New Orleans, and now he's here with us. I almost feel like we're conceding. I feel like we gave up on the season because of all the injuries that we have faced. We don't really have any choice. You know, we are in the most competitive division in football outside of the AFC South. And the AFC South still has a loser. In our division, there is no one under 500. The Seahawks are 6-1, Arizona 5-2, LA 5-2. We are 4-4. If we would have beat the Seahawks, this would have gave us a leg up to start climbing up in the division. You know what, Matt? I believe you're right. I believe he stopped in Philly for a hot second, and then that's when Chip Kelly was there, and Chip Kelly got rid of him, or Chip Kelly. I think Chip Kelly traded for him. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but yes, I believe he did play. But you're right. You are right on that one. Thank you for hitting me with that knowledge on being Philly. But then you go to the AFC South, 7-0 for Pittsburgh, 5-2 for Baltimore, 5-3 for Cleveland. But Cincinnati is 2-5. That's because they have a trash ass defense, and poor Joe Burrow is going to be spending the rest of his life in Cincinnati doing nothing. But it is what it is. There ain't no hope for that kid. when you're great, you get drafted to a crap team. This is just the way things work. Jeff Okuda is playing in Detroit. He was the top DB coming out of college. Is what it is. So every other division in football outside of the NFC least has only two teams with winning records in their division. Because the NFC least, aka NFC East, literally everybody is under 500 by at least 2 games. Everybody. The Eagles, the Washington football team, Cowboys, Giants, all of them. That team, this is, it takes me back to when we were the worst division in football and the Rams got into the playoffs with a 7-9 record because they won their division. So a lot of people had a problem with that because it's like, well, if you don't even have a better record than some people in, other divisions, how is it that you get that? It's just the way it works. It's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. You get in because you win your division. Doesn't matter how you win it, as long as you win it, that's all that matters. I don't give a shit if it was a bunch of ties in the division. If you are the king of that division, you will have a playoff berth. You may be in a wild card, but you're still getting in because you won that division. Just how it works. So, a couple takeaways from this game. First issue is with the defense. And my thing is, we saw DK Metcalf handling Emmanuel Mosley. And if you notice, Russell Wilson targeted that. Russell said himself, hey, in his head, he was probably thinking like, DK goes over there on JV. I don't know. I don't need the problems. But if he goes over there on E-Man Mosley, all day, every day, I got this. And what happened? You saw DK Metcalf. I'm pretty sure they told DK, they said, hey, I want you to line up wherever Mosley is. Stay away from Jason Verrett. Because if you notice, nobody really threw at Verrett. They know Verrett is back to Pro Bowl form. So what this is on two people. It's on Robert Saleh and Jason Verrett to an extent, and I'm going to tell you why. As a player, as the man on the squad, as the dude with the most talent, as the guy that everybody holds in such high regard, you go over to Robert Saleh and you say, look, bye Marisa. You go over and you say, hey man, look, E-Man getting worked over there, bro. Let me travel with DK. K1 already got Tyler Lockett locked down. Let me travel with DK. Wherever he goes, I go. If he go to the bathroom, I'm right there. If he sneezes, I tell him, bless you. If he's having dinner with his wife, I'm just the third wheel. Like those are the things that you do. You get that in you to say, I need to go up to my defensive coordinator and say, I want to take on this guy because he's eating this other guy alive, and I know I can handle this. You don't play in the scheme. You don't allow yourself to just get so caught up in knowing that you got an easy day and you watching another man just get himself beat. JV locked down Antonio Brown, which is one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game. I don't care nothing about how this dude, had situations in the past, what his character is, all that stuff. On the field, you can't tell me that AB ain't one of the top receivers in the league. You cannot. You just can't. And I use this analogy all the time. I didn't like Kobe. I was not a Laker fan, but I can tell you for damn sure Kobe was a killer. He's the closest thing to Michael Jordan that we ever had after Michael Jordan. Period. It's not LeBron. It ain't Kevin Durant. It ain't none of these other. It was Kobe. You know why? Because at the end of the day, Kobe wanted to take that last shot. Kobe was a killer. He had that killer mentality. He looked across at Dwight Howard when Dwight Howard was talking crap to him and looked dead at him and said, you soft. You soft. The man tried Shaq. Shaq openly admitted to this. You don't try. You ever seen Shaq? That's a large individual. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying that everybody's supposed to do. That's a whole lot of man. You see what I'm saying? Kyle Fuller is very underrated in my opinion. He's a definite top DB. Yeah. But that was the one thing, getting back into it instead of being sidetracked. JV should have took that job. He should have told Robert Saleh before the game, I'm going to follow DK Metcalf wherever he goes. Wherever he is on the field, that's where I'm at on the field. Because if you have Tyler Lockett shut down and you have DK Metcalf shut down, what other receiving options do you have? This kid, David Moore? Nobody knows who that is. They don't have other receiving options out of those two. That's the thing. Russell is one of those people who can do something with nothing, but he's not that damn good. They don't have that many viable options outside of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. If you shut down both of their receivers, they have to run the ball, and they weren't running the ball that damn great. This kid DJ Dallas wasn't even doing much. What did I do? Let me go back here. Hold up. DJ Dallas, 2.3 yards per carry. Are you serious? You could run the ball 3 times and still not get a first down. Pass rush. We don't have one. Doesn't exist. Devon Kinlaw, like the kid, nice raw talent, great power. There's no finish. We've got to actually get pressure on the quarterback and sack the QB. The only person that has, a couple of good sacks is Kerry Hyder. Other than that, we're stuck. We're struggling. So you got Kerry Hyder that had a sack, and then you get, Bosa. Yeah, Bosa and D4 was supposed to be our pass rush. But with us trading Quan Alexander, that means that we're trying to offload money. And I'm going to say this, and this might not be very popular, but Jimmy could wind up on the trading block. And I don't say that because I don't have faith in him, and I don't feel that he can do better, or that I don't want him to be our franchise QB. But if you're trying to offload money, man, you might as well. If they have given up on the season as it appears to be by getting some money off the books like that, might be the situation. The man's getting paid a hefty fee. Parag Marate is very good with finding out in these contracts. He always has an out somewhere, every single time. It's consistent. He finds it, hey, after this year, we can do this. Okay, we're going to get this amount of guaranteed money. Sometimes we're going to front load the contract or we'll back load the contract. But you'll get your guaranteed money in some way, shape, or form. Hey, look at Armstead's deal. Armstead this first year's deal is only getting paid $6 million. But the man signed a deal worth a lot more. You see what I'm saying? So you stair step the years and constantly move the money around to a point where it doesn't kill you if you have to cut them. But a lot of the times what you'll do is you'll let the players play out their contract until their guaranteed money is finished, and then you can cut them and be free. And I can tell you right now, man, we got like 28 free agents, 27, 28 free agents next year. There's a lot of dudes that got to be paid. And for dudes to not be on the field, not doing shit, that's not going to work. I'm so sorry. Quan Alexander, I love his energy. I love his hype. But at the end of the day, the man was injury prone. 8 games last season, 5 games this season. Facts, people. You can't argue with facts. Keep in mind, last year in the regular season, no more than 3 points. This season we get beat up. We lost this game by 10. I don't even want to revisit the Dolphins game to remember how many we lost, but I think that was 43-17, and we got blown out. But last year the thing was we had that pass rush. Eric Armstead seems to be all but non-existent this year. Not much going on. The pass rush just doesn't exist. They're not getting home enough. So now it starts to look like we look stupid for trading DeForest Buckner and keeping Eric Armstead. Keep Armstead because he was a cheaper option, but at the end of the day, DeForest Buckner over there and they be balling out. They having a damn good time. And he took Sheldon Day with him, which was one of our depth pieces on the line. We got all these rotating pieces and these moving cogs on our defensive line. We can't even get a consistent pass rush. And that's not good because then that means the quarterbacks are going to have all day. We can't stop a running quarterback to save our life. Russell didn't run very much in this game. He didn't do it, but that was because he had all night. Yeah, basically we do. You're right, Matt. We pretty much all but have to win out. We are 4-4, and we only have 8 games left. At a bare minimum, we have to win at least 6 to go 10-6. You know what I mean? If we can win at least 6 games and possibly lose 2, that puts us on the outside looking in for the playoffs. But if we can at least get to 10-6, we'll be all right. I'm not, because of the competitiveness of our division. I'm not going to count on us to win our division and get in. But at the same time, I'm not going to count us out of the playoff race because there is an extra team that does get in. I just read on ESPN that they're mulling a 16 team playoff bracket, so that's eight teams per division. You know, and with us having the most competitive division in football, all we got to do is be able to. We need to beat our divisional opponents the next few times. So we played the Cardinals and lost. We played the Rams and won. We played the Seahawks and lost. So we play all 3 of those teams once more. We have to beat all of them in our next meeting to be able to have a chance to be able to have that one up on them in the division. If it comes down to the Rams and us, and there's some kind of tie in the standings, we jump above them. Why? Because we beat them the first go round. But at this point, yeah, we do. We have a very, very slim chance of making the playoffs, but with them adding the extra team, it still gives us a chance to squeak in. And I'm gonna say this: just go with Nick. Kyle, if you're out there, just go with Nick Mullins. Stick with him through the rest of the season. Do not bench him because he had a bad game. Don't bench him because he threw an interception. Don't think you finna throw in CJ Beathard and he's gonna be the guy. The biggest issue with Kyle is, one, I don't like that he concedes. He concedes and he gives in and gives up way too easily. He punks out, and that's not what his father did. His father did not concede like that. His father would do any and everything to make sure that he scored to keep himself up. He would do a lot. His dad wasn't like that. I can tell you right now, watch Mike Shanahan when he was coaching the Broncos, and conceding was not something he was willing to do. Period, point blank. And CJ Beathard is trash. That's the other point I'm about to make about Kyle. Kyle plays favorites all the damn time, and I'm so tired of it. He's got to stop with this favoritism crap. He really does. You can't constantly go, well, I wanted to draft CJ Beathard, so I'm going to make him work. I had to draft Dante Pettis. We had to jump up to go get him. I'm going to make him work. I love Tevin Coleman because I brought him from Atlanta. He's going to be my guy. Stop doing that. You put us in bad positions as a team because you're so busy holding on and hugging everybody and holding everybody's hand. Oh, Dante, it's okay that you're so sensitive and soft, and you know you had to go and see a counselor because that's what made you feel like I wasn't coaching you too hard. Or you got to go look at CJ and go, hey man, you're gonna get a chance. Just hold on, man. I drafted you. I drafted you for a reason because I saw something in you. I got you. I got you. Or you look at TC and you go, TC, don't worry about it, baby. I know you got that high ankle sprain, but we're gonna get you in the game. I got you. We good. Don't worry about it. I know. Everybody's talking about Jermichael. He's a little running back. He's high, blah, blah, blah. But don't even worry about that. And you're right, Matthew. Harbaugh never played favorites. And you know why? Strictly based on the fact that Jim Harbaugh said we're going to go with whoever gives us the best chance to win. That was the point. Who gives us the best chance to get it done? That's what we want. And what happens? They win. Now, do I like the way that things panned out with Alex back in the day? Not necessarily, because I kind of felt that Alex should have got his job back. But hey, Harbaugh drafted Cap. He saw he was rolling with the hot hand. He said, man, we're going to do fight. When you see that we're down, push the ball down the field. Oh, well, Jimmy can't throw those balls. As much money as he getting paid, he better figure that shit out. And he better figure it out quick. You getting paid in the double digits of millions of dollars. 26, 27 million this year, if I'm not mistaken. And you can't throw the ball down the field? We got to keep dinking and dunking and throwing little shit over the middle to George Kittle. You missing wide open receivers. Kendrick Bourne was wide open in there for a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk coming back to the huddle pissed off because he's standing wide open. You couldn't even see him. You throw the dumbest bubble screen pass to Trent Taylor I've ever seen in my life. And that man had at least about 5 Seahawks players standing right there in his area. I mean, there was no way in hell that man was going to make it out. But George Kittle came right across your face, and you completely missed him, Jimmy. Just didn't even see the man. It was like he didn't exist. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these are things where you can't do it. You got to stop forcing your particular players on the field and they can't produce. Suck it up, realize you made a mistake, own that mistake, and call it a day. There are times where you have to just give in and say, I fucked up, I did it, I'm wrong, I admit it. How do we fix it? That's in life, let alone on the football field. I love my wife. At the end of the day, if I fuck up and I make a mistake, you know what I do? I sit down with her and I have a grown-ass conversation, and I have to admit I was wrong. I have to figure out how to fix it and move forward from that. I can't just sit up here and just be like, shit, I ain't do nothing wrong. No, I ain't do a goddamn, I ain't do nothing. Nope. Mm-mm. And that's Kyle right now. Kyle is sitting there going, I didn't do anything wrong. My system is foolproof. All you have to do is just establish the run. The run will establish the pass, and everything will be perfect. And then Salah's the same way. You know, you just start playing the system. You know, everybody does their job. You know, the system works. You just stay with the system, and you know the system works. What? Come on, people. This ain't gonna work. You know. Yeah, and Jimmy does force a lot of passes. You know, there's a lot of things that go on that don't make sense, but you can't give yourself these types of things and expect results. You can't go into the half knowing that you down, and the defense did a damn good job first half. You can't go into that half and say, okay, I'm just gonna say fucking and give up. I'm not gonna try to get down the field, at least kick the field goal or do anything. I'm just gonna say, all right, well, you know, it's halftime. I'm down. That's all right. It's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But then when it comes time for the second half, you know, these things are just horrible. That's what I'm saying, people. 11 possessions in the game, and we scored on 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 7 times we had the ball, we didn't score. We punted, interception, fumble. That's what happened. So when the offense is that inept and you are not seeing results, you need to start making decisions in game that will make things better for you. That goes for Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh. The issue with Robert Saleh is Saleh won't change. Saleh will not give up on his damn defense. He won't give up on that stupid ass zone defense to save his life. He won't switch it up. He won't say to himself, damn, you know what? This ain't working right now. Fuck it. Hey, everybody, we going to man. JV, you find the number 1 receiver, stick to his ass like glue. E-Man, you take number 2. K1, you find the number 3, and we'll work this shit out later. But for right now, we need to just go ahead. We need y'all to stick to what these dudes do. We need to get on them. We need to fight. Like, those are the things that I'm talking about. If you know Russell Wilson's a runner, you tell Fred, hey, stay in the zone, but wherever he goes, you go. Follow his eyes. If you can jump to make the catch or jump to knock down the pass, jump. If you can get up in his face, do things. I don't know what a Belichick curse is. You got to explain that one to me, man. I'm not necessarily sure because I know Belichick wanted Jimmy G to start, and I know he wanted him to be, you know, the man in Patriot land, and he wanted to get rid of Tom Brady, but we all know exactly how that worked. I've played it out too many times, so I'll give it to you one more game. Bill goes to Tom and says, hey, Tom, you're like an old horse, man. You're just not running like you used to. It's time to put you out the pasture. Tom looks at Bill and goes, you're funny. All right, fuck this. I ain't got time for this. Hey, Bob. Yeah, no. Yeah, you got a minute? Okay. Come on in, Tommy. Well, Bill's trying to trade me. He wants to stop starting me and then put Jimmy in. Are you serious when you see this shit? He said, Bob looks at him and goes, Tommy, don't worry about it. Call him up. Hey, Bill, can you come to the office? This is Bill. Shit, little bitch went up there and cried. Here we go. He walks right in. And you know what happens? Bob looks at him and he goes, now, Bill, you're going to have to get rid of Jimmy. Bill looks at him and goes, why? This whole motherfucker's done. It's a wrap. It's time to move on so we can keep this ball rolling and keep these Super Bowls coming in. Hello. 9, 6, not enough of a resume for you? Okay. All right. I'm going to get rid of him. And when I get rid of him and this old motherfucker does nothing, you're going to be to blame for it. But you know what Tom Brady did? He went to 7 more Super Bowls, won one. He lost one. So he basically made Bill Belichick look like a dumbass. And he's making him look like a dumbass even more right now because why? Tom's over there in Tampa Bay winning. He brought Gronk back. He got Antonio Brown now too. And what does Bill Belichick have? A broke down Cam Newton who ain't doing shit. Couldn't throw the ball to save his life. Man looked horrible when we played. We got Cam Newton. You ain't never seen Cam Newton get benched. He got benched in this game against us. We played that great against him to get him benched. But either way, guys, we got to figure it out. We're rolling forward with Nick Mullins. We have the Packers on Thursday. Now, typically, we always beat the Packers. So here's the thing. We went through this little gauntlet pretty well. We already beat the Rams. We already beat the Patriots. We did lose to the Seahawks. But at least we went down in a fighting fashion toward the end of the game. Now, if we can just go ahead and take care of the Green Bay Packers, and I forgot who we play after the Packers, but I think it's the Saints. But if we can take care of the Green Bay Packers and then we go ahead and do what we need to do, I can tell you this: we will have a bye week, and then this next coming week we get more time to get guys back. The thing is, we don't need to rush anyone back. If you're injured, stay your ass injured until you get healthy, and you're actually healthy, and we know you're good because we don't want you to get re-injured when you get back on the field. That's what happened with Jimmy. We rushed him back. They panicked in the Miami game. And what happened? He got back on the field. Look at him now. Where's he at? On the sideline, not doing shit, getting paid $27 million. Which is the same thing that I was saying about Jerick McKinnon's weak ass. So Quan Alexander gone. He's Mr. Injury prone. He's only played, about 13 games for us. He missed 19 games. Not really, didn't really do much. I liked him. I liked his impact. I like his energy. You know what I'm saying? He had an impact in the game here and there, but he wasn't that really, really huge impact player to the point where we're going to wind up missing him. I mean, we already just down everybody. So now we hope to insert Kiko Alonso into the fold and hope to be able to put probably Dre back in his natural position where we have him as the weak side backer, put Kiko Alonso in there and then have Fred in there because we don't want Alshire on the field. Alshire is a fucking liability. We all know that. So now we're making a shift. There's a transition. More new players coming in. And we just got to hope that these players can get into the fold, get into the system, run the shit, and know what the hell they're doing. And then we got to hope that the defense can hold up and our offense can do its thing. But we got to start relying on people seeing things for what they are and making decisions and doing them right then and there. Salah, if you see somebody getting worked in the game, flip the fucking defender. You see Emmanuel Mosley get ate the fuck up all game long. Tell JB to get his ass over there and follow DK. We don't have to worry about Tyler Lockett. Solomon Thomas is already gone, Matt. His year is done. Once he tore his ACL, you can kiss him goodbye. This was last year of his contract. We didn't pick up a 5th-year option. He's done. I can tell you right now, Solomon Thomas is gone. Dante Pettis is gone. Jerick McKinnon gone. There's going to be TC probably not going to come back next year. The only person that's going to be a free agent that we probably should try to re-sign is Juice. One of those people, Juice, K'Wan Williams, Kendrick Bourne, because he knows how to stay the fuck healthy. Out of all these goddamn receivers, Kendrick Bourne has been consistently healthy. Yes, he may have a drop every now and then, but George Kittle has more drops than Kendrick Bourne. If you don't believe me, look it up. As far as this season goes, Kittle ain't looked the same. We paid him. and the production hasn't been there. I love George Kittle. I hope that he gets better, and I hope that he takes his time. 8 weeks with a broken bone in your foot, man, we're pretty much he's gone. So we're gonna have to count on Jordan Reed being healthy. Who? Oh, look at that. He spends so much time on the IR. You never know when he plays. And where's he at right now? Injured. You know why? That's what happens. He either has a concussion or he has some type of bodily injury. We picked up so many injury prone players that we didn't even actually get guys that could be on the field and produce for us on a consistent basis. That was the thing. A lot of people got mad at me when I would say things about these guys being injury prone. But then you look at the season we're having and you understand why I made my point. These guys aren't able to produce. We're going to have to try to get Jordan Reed to play this game. Because if not, we're only going out there with Ross fucking Dwelly. We don't have another tight end. We had to get Quan's money off the books because we couldn't even call up Kevin White because the second time he got called up and it gives him a pay boost. We didn't have the money. So we got to get it together and we got to roll consistent. I love Debo. He's hurt right now. Let him take his time, get back. But right now, it's going to be Brandon Ayuk, Kendrick Bourne, Ross Dwelly, and Michael Hasty. And our slot guy is most likely going to be Trent Taylor. This is what we got to work with, guys. And Nick Mullins as a starter. And we got to hope and pray to sweet baby Jesus that we're going to get through this season. At least if we can end on a winning note. Even if we go 9-7. 10-6 would be probably optimal. If we can get 10-6, we might sneak into the playoffs, guys. And by the time we get to the playoffs, we'll have a couple of guys back on defense because we still don't have Richard Sherman. He's out, and right now, if we don't know what he's going to be doing when he gets back because Eman Mosley and Jason Verrett have been playing so great. Still 7-3. Dang, what is those defenses are playing really hard out there, man. They're going hard. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with me through this, guy. I appreciate everything. Appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day to watch the channel. Matt, nothing but love to you. Always there, every single time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else watching appreciates you. You know what I mean? Jay, appreciate you coming in, man, and saying what's up. But yeah, we got to do what we got to do, guys. This next game is against the Green Bay Packers. I'll have a video for y'all here in just a moment. Probably at least by I want to say at least probably tomorrow, Tuesday. Tomorrow or Wednesday, because it's coming up so quick. But other than that, y'all stay faithful. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all have a good evening. Good evening. Remember, still, you got to remember, man. I'll tell you that's the whole faithful thing, man. I even have the shirt on right now, man. Faithful. You got to remember one thing. We're 4-4, so it means we're at 500. All we have to do, remember, it's the Packers. Even when we look down and out and we look like hot shit on the stick, the Packers are always prime, just good for suspect, good for picking, right for the picking, should I say. If we put JV on Dante Adams and we don't let him move, or Devontae Adams, I'm sorry. That's what we got to do. Jason Verrett, you must stick to Devontae Adams like glue. No matter what he's doing, I don't care if he's sitting on the sideline, you go sit on the Packers sideline with him. How you doing, man? What's going on? Man, aren't you supposed to be on the other sideline, man? I just want to talk to you, see how you was doing. I know it seems a little annoying that I'm here, but I just, I feel like I should be there for you, just in case we whoop your ass. It's the whole point. And we do own the Packers. Remember what Colin Kaepernick did to him a couple years ago? And that game was storied because you know why? Colin Kaepernick is from Wisconsin. That's where his adopted parents raised him. And when he was little, he wanted to be the Packers quarterback. And then what happened? But like Kittle, keep hope alive. It's gonna be a little hard. I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but at least if we can sneak into the playoffs, I got faith in that. We are 4-4. We're at 500. We still have 8 games to go. We can possibly win some of these games, make some things happen. I don't know if we're wearing all black on Thursday Night Football, Matt. That's a good question. I don't know. But hopefully we, no matter what we're wearing, we go out there and we kick ass. Y'all have a good evening. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. And we got this. Stay faithful, stay blessed. Remember, just relax. Still 4-4. We're at 500, better than most other teams. Even though they have better records than us, we're still better than some of these teams that we played, and we know we are. We just got to take our time and no Kittle. We just got to get as healthy as possible and pray to God George Reed come out and ball out and at least stay as healthy as he can. Y'all have a good evening. Peace.